Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, Mike.
Welcome in, Mike. Go ahead and open up to questions.
Hey, Mike. Less than 2 weeks from opening day, you got one more before that. How close were you able to get your adrenaline to where it needs to be right now tonight?
It felt good. It felt pretty close, really, to be honest with you. Anytime you get out there and you're facing hitters, really, especially when they're hitters that are gonna talk to you after they get a hit, that's kind of something that motivates you to keep pounding it. And to be honest with you, it felt pretty close to a real game.
You go back to Game 3. Ozuna got a couple hits off you. They're the only two hits you gave up. What you saw from him tonight is he, close to where he might have been last year, and certainly far away from where he was in spring training.
Yeah, I think so. I think he stayed on that slider well. I mean, obviously we like to pitch a little differently, so I'll be able to go back and look at them. But he definitely is on. That bat speed's there. I fouled off a couple of heaters later that he just missed too. So he looks great, and we're excited.
I mean, those foul balls there, I think that was the second at bat. What does that tell you about where you are and how well he might be seeing the pitches as well?
For me, I really think that the last two times out, really, a lot of those are used to being put in play and or missed, period. So it's kind of, for me, all the foul balls today kind of led to me pushing a little too much later. But for him, like I said, when he's able to sit back on the slider in the first at bat, but make the adjustment, a few more at bats, he might be squaring that fastball up. So that's good to see.
Mike, I guess with this summer training, everything's kind of ramped up pretty quickly. Are you where you would want to be with the season starting 2 weeks from on a normal schedule? Are you where you would want to be right now?
Yeah, I am. To be honest with you, my stuff's never felt better. We've been making a lot of pitches that are kind of riding the line. They're just missing or they're just off. And like I said, when you get foul balls late in counts, it's just about tweaking those little finishers to make sure you get that strike three or that ball in play and at 2-2, so you don't see three more pitches. That's something that I got to kind of iron out. But as far as that goes, I think I felt as good as I ever have.
Mike, that's saying a lot considering the season you came off of last year. What is that? Just body strength, stuff-wise, a combination of everything?
Yeah, I think obviously finding a little more efficiency and kind of being able to work on some things while we were down. I got to kind of fiddle around with a couple things that I wanted to learn how to do more consistently. And I think coming in, trying to push a little too hard, trying to show it off, kind of pushed me back a step and realized that I got to kind of take it as it goes and kind of let it happen as opposed to try and make it happen. So, it is saying a lot. And like I said, it's another year that I've gotten under my belt to be able to throw baseballs in competition. Kind of goes a long ways. And like I said, there's things to learn every day, and I think I've done that for a long time.
If you're facing DeGrom here in a week and a half, how much will you be able to turn the intensity up and kind of take it to that, be right there in mid-season level?
Yeah, I mean, once we get out there and again, you're going, there's no more pitch counts as opposed to, for each inning and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to come alive. And I think that's kind of what we're all looking forward to, is kind of hitting that little barrier of adrenaline that pushes you over the edge to where you just kind of react on instincts. And again, like I said earlier, let it happen as opposed to try and make it happen. I think you see in a lot of times these settings, guys want to impress their friends. Guys are chattering a lot, which is good. It's keeping it lively. But at the same time, I think some of us are trying to do something too much. And once you get in a real game, ones that matter, I think take a step back in the sense where you're just trying to let it happen and play your game.
Well, on the chatter front, is there a moment where Ronald Acuna is not talking?
I don't believe so, no. I really knew that it was going to kind of be a silent day, and I knew there was going to be some chirping going on, but I won't lie to you, when I saw Ozuna talking to Ronald when he's in right field and I'm in a set position, that kind of made me go, what's going on here? But but it's fun because I can still hear him. He's still cheering for me too. I got a couple swings and misses.
I probably might take them live.
And I could hear him yelling. That's a big feeling too.
How I think you've always in your young career you've been pretty good at just hitting the ground running early in the season. What, given this compressed season and how important it's going to be to start quickly, what do you think is the key to that is?
Right now, to be honest with you, I thought I was going to have to come in and push it and make it happen, but like I kind of alluded to earlier, I need to let it happen because that's the way I went into every other season. Going into every spring training up till now was you're battling for a spot, you're taking it pitch by pitch, and that's something that I need to make sure I take pride in and go back to. Not thinking 3 pitches ahead, not thinking about how I want to strike them out when I haven't even thrown a pitch yet. So, those are little things that are going to come, but like I said, I think making sure I dumb it down for myself as much as possible and just compete. I think that's going to be the most important thing to be able to do what I have done in the past.
Like, kind of building off that, we know what you did your first 10 to 12 starts last year, and that's basically what this regular season will be. It's tough to top that, but based on what you just said, do you feel like you're even more prepared to enter that stretch of 10 to 12 starts right now?
Yeah, 100%. I don't see why not. You kind of look around and you understand that in a 60-game season, there's going to be some silly stats thrown out. Guys always start the season hot at the plate. Somebody hits 20 home runs in a month, all that kind of stuff. If Ryu had gotten his first 12 starts in last year, I think he would have finished with a sub-1. It would have been Bob Gibson-esque. I think, you look at a lot of those things and you try, again, not to make it happen. But, again, going back to that time last year, when I got called up, I didn't know if I was going to make my next start, in the sense that, we were all kind of battling for that spot. So I think trying to put myself back in those shoes and understand the only game that matters is the first game, and then move on from there, is where I need to be to again, give myself a good chance to do that again.
Any last questions for Mike? Okay. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike.